Have you ever wondered why Africa, a land so rich in gold, oil, and diamonds, is still poor? Have you ever asked yourself why so many African leaders seem to care more about foreign countries than their own people? Today, I will tell you a story that many people are afraid to tell. This is the story of President Ibrahim Traoré, a young man from Burkina Faso, who stood up and shouted the truth. He exposed the secret deals, the lies, and the leaders who work for foreign powers. This is not just a story about one man. This is a story about Africa's fight for freedom. If you want to know the real reason why Africa is still struggling, listen closely, because this story will shock you. When Ibrahim Traoré became president, he did not waste time. He demanded to see every contract, every deal, every paper that had been signed with foreign companies and foreign governments. What he found was shocking. There were secret agreements that gave away gold mines for almost nothing. There were oil contracts that let foreign companies take oil and pay no taxes. There were letters from foreign embassies telling African leaders what to do, what to say, and even what laws to pass. Some leaders had taken millions in bribes and sent the money to banks in Europe and America. Some had promised jobs and roads, but nothing was built. The people stayed poor, while the leaders and their foreign friends got rich. Ibrahim Traoré did not keep these secrets. He called a press conference and showed the world the truth. He held up the papers and said, "Look at what has been done to us. Look at how our future was sold." The people were shocked. They were angry. They demanded answers. They wanted justice. They wanted the old leaders to be punished. They wanted the foreign companies to pay fair prices. They wanted the money to be used for schools, hospitals, and roads. Ibrahim listened. He started to renegotiate the contracts. He told the foreign companies, "If you want our gold, you must pay a fair price. If you want our oil, you must build schools and hospitals. If you do not agree, you can leave." Some companies left. Others tried to fight back. They used their friends in the media to spread lies about Ibrahim. They said he was a dictator. They said he was dangerous. They tried to turn the world against him. But Ibrahim did not back down. He said, "I am not afraid. I work for my people, not for you." The foreign powers were angry. They sent diplomats to pressure Ibrahim. They threatened to cut off aid. They tried to freeze the country's bank accounts. But Ibrahim was ready. He told the people, "We must stand on our own. We must grow our own food. We must use our own hands to build our future." The people agreed. They started to plant more crops. They started to fix their own roads. They started to believe in themselves. Ibrahim knew the problem was bigger than just one country. He saw the same thing happening in other African nations. Leaders making secret deals. Foreign companies taking resources. People staying poor. He spoke to other African presidents. He said, "We must work together. We must protect our resources. We must build a new Africa." Some leaders were afraid. They did not want to upset the foreign powers. But others were inspired. They started to speak out. They started to demand better deals for their people. The foreign powers did not give up. They tried new tricks. They offered loans with high interest. They tried to buy politicians. They tried to create divisions between countries. They used the media to spread fear and confusion. They said, "Africa cannot survive without us." But the people were not fooled. They said, "We have survived for thousands of years. We have built empires. We have crossed deserts. We have faced every challenge. We do not need you to tell us who we are." The foreign powers were angry. They tried to punish the countries that stood up. They stopped sending aid. They tried to block trade. But the people were ready. "We will eat what we grow. We will use what we have. We will build our own future." Ibrahim Traoré made the government open. He told the people, "If you see corruption, report it. If you have an idea, share it." He used radio, television, and social media to talk directly to the people. He answered their questions. He listened to their problems. He made the government more transparent. The people felt included. They felt that their voices mattered. He also made new laws to protect the country's resources. He made sure foreign companies paid fair prices for gold and oil. He used the money to build schools, hospitals, and roads. He made sure every child could go to school, every family had clean water, and every village had a health clinic. The people saw the changes. They felt proud. They felt hopeful. Other African leaders started to follow Ibrahim's example. They began to renegotiate contracts with foreign companies. They demanded better deals. They used the money to help their people. Slowly, Africa began to change. The world started to notice. People in other continents began to ask, what is happening in Africa? Why are things changing? The answer was simple. The people had found their voice. But the journey was still hard. There were still many challenges. Some leaders were still corrupt. Some foreign powers still tried to control Africa. But the people were not afraid. They knew the future was in their hands. They knew if they stood together, nothing could stop them. Ibrahim also worked to unite the country. For many years, Burkina Faso had been divided by tribe and religion. Some leaders used these divisions to stay in power. Ibrahim said, "We are all one people. We must work together." He brought together chiefs, elders, and religious leaders. He asked them to help build peace. He listened to their advice. He respected their traditions. He knew that a strong country needed unity. He also worked with other African countries to build unity. He joined regional groups. He helped create a common market. He said, "If we work together, we are stronger." He encouraged trade between African countries. He helped build roads and railways that connected nations. He said, "Africa must stand together." He also spoke at the United Nations. He told the world, Africa is not a playground for foreign powers. We want respect. We want fair trade. We want peace. His words were strong. Some countries listened. Some did not. But Ibrahim did not stop. He kept fighting for his people. He also worked to bring back stolen money. He asked banks in Europe to return the money taken by corrupt leaders. He said, "This money belongs to the people." Some banks agreed. Some did not. But Ibrahim kept pushing. He also helped refugees. He welcomed people fleeing war from other countries. He gave them food and shelter. He said, "We are all brothers and sisters. We must help each other." Ibrahim's story spread across Africa. People in other countries started to demand change. They asked their leaders to be honest. They wanted better schools, better hospitals, better roads. They wanted leaders who worked for them, not for foreign powers. Ibrahim's life was not easy. He faced threats every day. Some people tried to kill him. Some tried to bribe him. Some tried to turn his friends against him. But he stayed strong. He said, "I am not afraid. I will not give up." He also made mistakes. Sometimes his plans did not work. Sometimes people were unhappy. But he listened. He learned. He tried again. He said, "No one is perfect. But we must keep trying." Ibrahim's story is still being written. He is not a saint. He is not a king. He is a man who loves his country. He is a man who fights for his people. He is a man who believes in Africa. So if you are listening to this story, remember, Africa is strong. Africa is rich. Africa is full of hope. The future belongs to those who fight for it. The story of Ibrahim Traoré is a lesson for all of us. It teaches us that truth is powerful, unity is strength, and hope can change the world. Never forget who you are. Never let anyone steal your future. Stand up, speak out, and be proud to be African. The story is not over. It is just beginning. But the story does not stop there. After exposing the secret deals, Ibrahim Traoré started a new wave of investigations. He set up special teams to look into every ministry, every government office, every public project. These teams found more hidden contracts, more stolen money, more broken promises. They found that some leaders had signed away fishing rights to foreign ships, leaving local fishermen with empty nets. They found that forests had been sold to foreign companies, leaving villages without wood for cooking or building. They found that even water rights had been given away, so that foreign companies could bottle and sell water, while local people walked miles to find a clean well. Ibrahim did not hide these findings. He made them public. He called the people to town meetings and explained everything in simple words. He said, "This is your land. This is your water. This is your future. No one has the right to sell it without your permission." The people were shocked, but they were also ready to act. They started to organize. Fishermen formed unions. Farmers formed cooperatives. Women started groups to protect the forests and rivers. They demanded that the government cancel the bad contracts and return the resources to the people. Ibrahim listened. He passed new laws to protect the land, the water, and the forests. He made it illegal to sign away resources without a public vote. He set up new systems so that every contract had to be checked by independent experts. He made sure that the people could see every deal before it was signed. He said, no more secrets. No more lies. Everything must be open. The foreign companies were angry. They tried to sue the government in international courts. They tried to use their friends in other countries to put pressure on Burkina Faso, but Ibrahim stood firm. He said, we will not be bullied. We will not be threatened. We will defend our rights. The people supported him. They marched in the streets. They wrote letters to newspapers. They spoke on the radio. They said, we are not afraid. We are not alone. We are together. Ibrahim also worked to change the way the government spent money. He found that too much money was being wasted on big offices, expensive cars, and foreign trips. He cut these costs. He sold the extra cars. He closed the fancy offices. He told government workers, we are here to serve the people, not ourselves. He used the saved money to build clinics, buy medicine, and repair schools. He made sure that every village had a health worker and a teacher. He said, the people come first. He also started a new program to train young people in new skills. He saw that many young people were leaving the country to look for work. He said, we must create jobs here. He built training centers for carpenters, electricians, mechanics, and computer technicians. He gave small loans to young people who wanted to start businesses. He encouraged them to use local materials and local ideas. He said, do not wait for someone to give you a job. Create your own job. Build your own future. Ibrahim also worked to make sure that women had the same opportunities as men. He saw that women worked hard but were often left out of decisions. He passed laws to give women the right to own land, to start businesses, and to take part in local councils. He set up special funds to help women farmers and traders. He said, a country cannot be strong if its women are weak. We must lift everyone up. He also focused on health. He saw that many children were dying from simple diseases. He started vaccination campaigns. He made sure that every child could get medicine for free. He built new clinics in remote areas. He trained more nurses and doctors. He said, no mother should lose her child because she is poor. Health is a right, not a privilege. Ibrahim also cared about the environment. He saw that the land was being damaged by bad farming and mining. He started tree planting campaigns. He taught farmers new ways to grow food without harming the soil. He banned companies that polluted the rivers and air. He said, we must protect our land for our children and grandchildren. He also worked to improve transport. He saw that bad roads made life hard for farmers and traders. He built new roads and bridges. He repaired old ones. He made it easier for people to travel and do business. He said, a country that moves is a country that grows. Ibrahim also believed in helping the poor. He started programs to give food to hungry families. He built houses for people without homes. He gave support to orphans and widows. He said no one should be left behind. He also worked to make elections fair. He said, the people must choose their leaders. He made sure elections were free and open. He invited observers from other countries. He said, if I lose, I will step down. The people are the real bosses. Ibrahim's actions inspired many. Young people started to believe in themselves. They started businesses, joined community groups, and helped each other. Women became leaders in their villages. Farmers used new methods to grow more food. Teachers taught with passion. Doctors worked with care. The country started to change, but the foreign powers did not give up. They tried new tricks. They offered loans with high interest. They tried to buy politicians. They tried to create divisions, but the people were wiser now. They said, we will not be fooled. We will not be divided. We are one people. Ibrahim also worked with other African countries to build unity. He joined regional groups. He helped create a common market. He said, if we work together, we are stronger. He encouraged trade between African countries. He helped build roads and railways that connected nations. He said, Africa must stand together. He also spoke at the United Nations. He told the world, Africa is not a playground for foreign powers. We want respect. We want fair trade. We want peace. His words were strong. Some countries listened, some did not. But Ibrahim did not stop. He kept fighting for his people. He also worked to bring back stolen money. He asked banks in Europe to return the money taken by corrupt leaders. He said, this money belongs to the people. Some banks agreed, some did not. But Ibrahim kept pushing. He also helped refugees. He welcomed people fleeing war from other countries. He gave them food and shelter. He said, "We are all brothers and sisters. We must help each other." Ibrahim's story spread across Africa. People in other countries started to demand change. They asked their leaders to be honest. They wanted better schools, better hospitals, better roads. They wanted leaders who worked for them, not for foreign powers. Ibrahim's life was not easy. He faced threats every day. Some people tried to kill him. Some tried to bribe him. Some tried to turn his friends against him. But he stayed strong. He said, "I am not afraid. I will not give up." He also made mistakes. Sometimes his plans did not work. Sometimes people were unhappy. But he listened. He learned. He tried again. He said, "No one is perfect. But we must keep trying." Ibrahim's story is still being written. He is not a saint. He is not a king. He is a man who loves his country. He is a man who fights for his people. He is a man who believes in Africa. So, if you are listening to this story, remember, Africa is strong. Africa is rich. Africa is full of hope. The future belongs to those who fight for it. The story of Ibrahim Traoré is a lesson for all of us. It teaches us that truth is powerful, unity is strength, and hope can change the world. Never forget who you are. Never let anyone steal your future. Stand up, speak out, and be proud to be African. The story is not over. It is just beginning. If this story opened your eyes, if you believe Africa deserves leaders who fight for the people, not for foreign powers, then you are part of this journey too. The story of Ibrahim Traoré and the new Africa is still being written, and you can be a part of it. If you want to hear more stories, more secrets revealed, and more hope for Africa's future, make sure you subscribe right now. Click the subscribe button, join our family, and never miss a story that matters. Share this video with your friends, let your voice be heard, and together, let's keep the fire of truth burning. Africa's story is not over. It is just beginning. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.